It's now day 15 of the Stop the Insanity journey. It's Sunday morning, and I have to say, it's been pretty good so far this weekend. Hung out with my friend Michael yesterday, went to Chemist Warehouse, spent $72. But yeah, I don't have any regrets. Um, I probably could have looked after my diet a little bit better yesterday, but that's okay. You know, Slowly and gently I'm getting there. But I guess the main thing is I still feel really good in this body. And it doesn't even matter if I've got company or not. This is the thing I'm starting to realize. I feel really good just being on my own. And I guess that comes from reflecting the feeling from inside that you don't really need anybody else to feel good. You just need yourself, and you need to look after yourself and love yourself. And these are very abstract concepts to people because they feel they need other people to prop themselves up and make them feel amazing or really good or better about themselves. And no doubt we do need a community of people around us to support us when we need it. But I think foundationally, I think the important thing is that you need to support yourself and you need to bring in practices that support yourself. And I'm starting to discover that the best practice is self care. Now, when people used to mention this, I used to roll my eyes and just go, whatever. But now I actually get it. It's really about going to yourself, well, how's the best way I can take care of myself? What's the best way I can actually make myself happy, um, you know, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? All these things add up, as I said at the beginning of the journey. And, for me, every time I make a good meal, every time I exercise, every time I go out and buy something nice for myself, these things all add up to the feeling of, you know, how Lynn wants to feel in this body, in this life. And I don't sit around waiting for someone to do it for me. I do it for myself now. And that's what makes me happy now. So, alongside the weight loss, which is obviously a good feeling, this is something that's been building up as a philosophy um, to just, I guess, solidify or reinforce um, the fact that the weight loss is a good thing, not just health wise, but feeling wise as well. How you see your life, how I see my life, you know. So yeah, the plan for week 3 is to go back to the exercise, drink lots of water, follow the diet recipe book, um, try to eliminate as many temptations as I can, or vulnerabilities, I call them, vulnerable spots. So that is not carrying food with me, not having a plan when I go out, and just leaving myself vulnerable to feeling hungry or buying bad food, which I did admittedly a few times last week. Um, I've actually come up with a plan, and I think 2 or 3 days of the week, I'm going to do the Isowhey shakes. Now, I actually bought this from Chemist Warehouse yesterday, Isowhey. So, funnily enough, they had a diabetic formula, but I think it's the marketing or something. But the diabetic formula was actually a little bit higher in sugar than the one on special, which wasn't a diabetic formula. And this is where I'm a bit cynical about so-called labels like that, because if you don't read the labels and you read the marketing, you will pay more for a product that's a little bit substandard and not necessarily better than the other product. And it's the same formula. But apparently the diabetic formula has a lot of other things in it that helps diabetics, probably process the sugars a lot better. But the Isoway I see is lower in sugar and carbs. So anyway, I'm going to take that during the week. I'm going to prepare a shake a few mornings of the week, especially the ones when I'm working. And that formula has coffee in it, which is amazing, really. Especially when you get up at 5 a.m., you need a coffee, right? So it's got a sort of coffee formula in it. So I'm going to take that, hopefully just eat half the calories that I normally do, and do a lot more exercise and drink a lot more water, and hopefully the weight loss will come back. I've learnt, the main thing is I've learnt the lessons in week 2, so I know what to do in week 3. So anyway, beginning of a new week, beginning of a new journey. Just want to wish everyone a great day, and I'll see you on the other side.